Yeah, no. You're a sleeper. Mm. Well, I might be sleeping at night. I want to sleep at daytime anyway. Yeah. But, well, yeah. I don't know. It's different stories, man. I killed this big fucking wolf thing. I killed this fucking thing that fixed chemicals up and all that. Bosses. Yeah, it's just. No, I can enjoy the play. I just right up directions and all too. Yeah. Yeah, I can do it with players, but issues not too. Yeah, we play the story with people. When you get it. Well, I'm playing on my own because if we go in as a group, the bosses will be too easy. I used to read yard games on it. And I used to read yard games. It's like fucking Elder, you know. You're supposed to play as four, but I tell them go one way and I go the other way. They're like a challenge. I like Michael. I'm playing it for now. I don't know. I don't know if I'm on difficulty. I don't know. I'm trying to avoid it, and I think I'll be there. I'm not gonna allow it, but but nothing there.
Great power, you say? And why would you seek such entities? Ugh, how conveniently vague. If you find such magical solutions, do return to us. For the Fae will have better use for them than you.
What he means, Petitioner, is that the only power that remains in this kingdom is...
Yes, the imposter may be exactly... cannot help. We have troubles of our own first. You have wasted quite enough of our time, foreigner. The Fae have far more important concerns than you before us.
Oniril speaks true, but a thought occurs to me. Perhaps this stranger could be of use to us. Our kingdom has been thrust into chaos, stranger. The one true king has been usurped by an imposter, aided by someone on this council, no less. But we know not whom. If you will accede, Fae law allows for an independent party to aid our investigation. Perhaps your eyes can bring clarity where our trust has failed. Do you accept?
Hold! I do not accept. This is a foreigner, hardly more than a mute beast. The law does not allow such to conduct investigations or judgments on our behalf.
Have you ever considered, Oniril, that our job is to make the law?
Both arguments are heard and deemed irrelevant. We do not ask them to make judgment, only to aid in an investigation that we have voluntarily foregone. The law supports this.
A great tragedy, stranger. For eons, the Fae and this council have faithfully served the one true king. But alas, his rule has been curtailed.
The imposter, Phelan or Phelan or whatever they call themselves now, placed the king in an eternal slumber from which he cannot be woken.
The king was attacked in his own chambers, behind this very door. The imposter could not have entered without aid from a member of this council.
But, of course, we all have our alibis, as you can imagine. None of us were here. This has been proven many times.
If you can find any evidence tying one of us to this tragedy or to the imposter, then Fae justice might be done.
It won't be enough, Savan. The imposter still sits upon the throne.
Yet, it will be a step, and a necessary one, toward restoring order among the Fae.
It means you're not Fae, and your life is easily forfeit.
Please, Oniril. Stranger, we will discuss the conditions of your accusation if and when you choose to make one.
We do not. This farce does nothing.
Peace, Oniril. The law is clear on this point, as you well know.
I will answer your question, stranger. With a traitor among us, trust has shattered. If any of us were to produce evidence at this stage, it would be suspect by all.
And rightly so. Either of you would love any excuse to remove me from the council.
And you do not wish to hold half the council's power yourself, Oniril. You cannot pretend it isn't true.
Regardless, stranger, you are not from this world, either of these worlds. So any evidence you bring would be free from the suspicions which we have cast upon ourselves.
Precisely my point. This foreigner may have any number of reasons for accusing any one of us.
Which is why, if and when evidence is produced, we alone will pronounce the final judgment.
And if that evidence has been falsified, tainted, how do I know one of you has not paid this interloper to act on your behalf?
Unreal, only you assume that everyone is as unscrupulous as yourself. Not everyone seeks power at any cost.
Very well. I will judge it when I see it. I trust no one, but I trust the two of you less than this foreigner.
We now know that the impostor approached each one of us at some point, whispering promises of freedom and power, trying to poison our minds against the one true king.
He only said what we wanted to hear. Pity one of us listened.
Can you blame them, though? The imposter called out important truths.
Is that an admission of guilt, Niall?
If you would allow me to finish, I was saying he called out important truths that we must take to heart, despite the poison that obviously accompanied them. We would do well to address the flaws raised by the imposter. And I find it difficult to cast blame on any who thought there might be a smoother path towards doing so.
And yet that path has led to ruin. We have merely exchanged one tyrant for another.
Indeed, but our feelings on the outcome are irrelevant. This council must be absolved of guilt if we are ever to restore order to the Fae. Alas, we do not know.
There is no blood, no wound that we can see.
Not that we were able to investigate the scene fully.
At your request, Onariel. I cannot trust either of you backstabbers nor anyone you might call to serve us. Were those not your words?
They were indeed, and the sentiment holds.
Regardless, it is unknown even what could harm the king, for it is said that no mortal weapon can kill him.
And many have tried.
The king has ruled over the Fae as long as anyone can recall. He has always been a guiding force, both in our world and our lives.
Some believed he was too much of a guiding force.
More than some. Yet, look at us now. The king sleeps, and our world is spun into chaos.
Indeed. It would seem his life is more entwined with our world than anyone knew.
Imagine what would have happened if he had been killed. Of course! How could we have been so blind? The genius of the sorcerer, who is so much more clever than all of the Fae together.
Please, Onariel. Their question is academic curiosity. The simple answer, stranger, is magic of a kind more powerful than any here he had seen. We suspect the imposter's conspiracy went even deeper than this council alone.
All the more reason to identify the conspirator among us.
They are a monster. They care nothing for the welfare of the Fae.
Nor those of us who serve the Fae.
Nor for the law. On this we all agree. The imposter's plan should never have been carried out. So it would seem. If this council is to have any efficacy at all, the traitor must be removed from our midst. This is the law. As you will, stranger. Should you find evidence, though, bring it before us.
Stop it, Matt. Stop it.
You're back. Let's have a look. We're finished here.
How goes it, friend? Be safe out there.